Thank you for joining us for Public Safety Echo. The Public Safety Echo project is the world's first of its kind effort to use the Echo model to address safety issues by bringing residents, workers, and businesses together in an online, social, and professional space to share skills, increase knowledge, and solve problems. In weekly sessions, Public Safety Echo teaches skills, educates partners in different aspects of a healthy community, and empowers community members.
All right, welcome to the Downtown Public Safety Echo. I have a new officer joining me. Say hello.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Halsey. I'm an officer with the Albuquerque Police Department. I've been a police officer for approximately 10 years. I did my first 7 years with APD, and I left for about 3 years to go to the New Mexico Department of Justice, but I wanted to come to my home department, so I joined again about 5 months ago.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. So you left and came back, and so when that happens, do you have to be a lateral? Do you go through all the training again?
Yeah, since I was removed more than 2 years, I had to go through a lateral academy and go through OJT, the on-the-job training again. So I'm a P2C again with 10 years on.
Well, I'm glad you came back.
Yeah, and currently I'm assigned to the downtown area command for day shift, so the downtown public safety district is our primary focus, and just doing quality of life contacts, so open narcotic use, trespassing, and just trying to get community members hooked up with resources is kind of our main mission and goal, and I've seen a lot of positive impact with my 2 months here in the downtown area.
Well, I definitely glad you chose downtown. That's sort of the focus here to really try to change the way the perception is, and having officers down here like you really help. So yeah, go on and give us some of the technical stuff there, I guess.
Yes, so I've been instructed to read these bullet points. So
he hasn't done that before, so we just threw him in. He's getting used to it. We'll have him back, I'm sure.
So let's please turn your camera on. Echo is all about the all teach, all learn, and we hope you plan to participate fully. We will forego having everyone introduce themselves. They're looking for new faces to say hello because of the new platform. It gives us the information about who you are and where you are joining from, and please be sure that your mic is muted until you're ready to speak.
Well, actually, we do have a new face. I see manager from the Clyde, Martin, joined us. Just say hello to us, introduce people. This is your first time on the Echo. I saw you on mute. We can't hear you there. Is that on my end? Yep.
No, that's on his end, I believe.
Well, yeah, for some reason we can't hear you.
Try one more time.
One more time, Martin.
Hello.
There we go. We got you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Martin. I'm the new general manager here for the Clyde Hotel. So I'm excited to be part of this community, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you and stop by and say hi. I'm generally here Monday through Friday, of course, and the weekends if we're super busy. But my Mondays is quieter for me, and my Fridays are quieter for me. So stop on by and say hi.
Great. Thanks for saying hello, Mark. All right. The Downtown Public Safety Echo's goal is to increase safety and bring residents, workers, visitors, and businesses together in an online social space to share skills. Any views expressed by police officers, participating city officials are not meant to give legal advice and are only meant to educate or provide insight to the discussion. Do you want to introduce our presenter there?
Yes, so today's presenter will be with the APD Youth Program, our Community Engagement Officer. It's going to be our Lieutenant, Jennifer Garcia.
Hello.
And tell us a little about yourself, Jennifer.
Oh yeah, so I've been with APD for 23 years, worked in a variety of different capacities. I currently oversee our Community Engagement Unit, our Ambassador Program, and our Compliance Division.
All right. Well, as usual, I'm always soliciting the community for any cases or case studies you want us to sort of address, public safety issues that are coming up. So I'm asking you guys to contact me with any information that you would like us to share on the Echo. Let me see if I have any announcements here. Does anyone on the call have any announcements that they'd like to shout out? You can just unmute yourself and share with us anything you have going on. No? All right, hold on here as I deal with some technical stuff.
You can do the technical stuff, and I'll
Oh, there you go.
I'll remind people that the Gateway Center has its regular monthly meeting the last Thursday of the month. It is at the Gateway Center. You enter at the west entrance, and sign in there. Starts at 6:30. 6:30 till 8. I don't know what the agenda is for this coming week, but I'll try to add some more info if I can find it before the session ends today.
Yeah, please drop that in the chat. I was going to say, I do know this Saturday, the Rail Yards Market will host a Community Voices event. They'll have people there gathering to have a conversation. I believe about some of the changes that were sort of brought about with some of the information about Cesar Chavez. But there'll be performers, some activities there, and it's always nice to join folks over there at the rail yard. So that's the only announcement that I had. Is anything going on downtown you know of?
No, nothing special. We're just focusing a lot of our patrols in the Silver Street Market. That's where we're seeing an increase in some activity, but we're utilizing a lot of extra resources to kind of address those issues that need to be addressed.
So are there more officers downtown than before?
There was 5 initially, but a couple officers changed their area commands or went inside to be detectives, and we're fully staffed with 5 for day shift, and swing shift got a couple extra spots, so there should be more presence in the downtown area in the day and night shift now that everyone's fully staffed again.
Thanks, good to know. All right, unless there's any other announcements, let me check the chat here. James is pointing out there's someone who's been camping there on Copper between 6th and 7th. We'll point that out to you later, but that's always sort of an ongoing effort here. But the last few sessions, I've sort of been focused on just youth opportunities. We've had sort of an ongoing issue with juvenile crime, and I sort of feel that one of the best ways to combat those issues are giving the kids of Albuquerque something to do, whether it's engaging with APD or some creative opportunities. So one of my favorite organizations down here is Warehouse 505. It used to be Warehouse 508. So because they're usually busy during the day, I wasn't able to get them here today to join us, but we did do a short interview with the staff over there. So I do have a short 8-minute video that interviews the staff and talks about some of the programs they have there. If Mark is ready, we'll just go. Yep, Mark is ready. We'll go ahead and show that video and come back and talk to the lieutenant about APD's youth programs. So thank you very much for joining us today, and if you get a chance, roll the clip, Mark.
Warehouse 505, formerly known as Warehouse 508. We used to be on 1st and Roma, now we're at 202 Central. Always had amazing after-school programming, but also events and shows. And so I never was able to take any of the classes, but I was always at shows at Warehouse 505. Well, Warehouse 508. The poetry shows I would go to, they had really good like hip hop and metal shows, music events, and I was always there, and I was I was one of those kids who just was like, had a lot of energy and always wanted to be doing something. So Warehouse offered a safe opportunity for me to be around other people my age. And then from there, I just was hooked and eventually was asked to teach dance class at Warehouse. And then from there, after teaching dance classes for a while, they realized that they needed an events coordinator, and I got the job, and it was really, really awesome to be able to kind of transition from youth to kind of like a teacher, and then into more of an admin position.
So my name is Terry Gonzalez. I ended up at Warehouse 505 about 8 years ago, when it was formerly known as Warehouse 508. I became the executive director for 7 years, and recently stepped away from the executive director position to focus more on fund development and social enterprise, creating a system to try and self-sustain financially in the current financial crisis that most nonprofits are facing right now. We're trying to figure it out, and so it made a lot of sense back in October for me to step away as the executive director, bring somebody else on to manage, and let me go and do what I'm good at, and that's running social enterprise and raising money and trying to just generate a funding stream to not be so dependent on government money.
Yeah, so we have multiple funding sources. One of the funding sources is the city of Albuquerque has been very generous to us. And then we also have the grant process of trying to get grants, and then donations from community members. However, we're finding ourselves in a situation due to the economic status of the whole world right now, a little bit at a disadvantage than usual. Our funding was cut by a significant portion, not due to anyone's fault, really just due to the fact that we're in a pretty serious recession as a whole world, and all nonprofits right now are struggling the same way. So right now we're operating at a less than optimal amount of funding.
I did get into screen printing, and I think that's an art. I think the art of screen printing is cool, and I really have a passion for screen printing and kind of a t-shirt nerd.
And so we're kind of in a chicken or the egg kind of situation where it's like we need to put funding into that space so that we can fundraise, but then if you don't have the funding for the fundraiser, so we're kind of trying to think outside of the box of how we can produce that, and one of the ways that we're doing that is through social enterprise. So downstairs we have a screen printing area, which is one of the classes that we teach, but there's also a business aspect to it.
For me, I'm more passionate about the youth entrepreneur side of things, because you can be an entrepreneur doing anything, right? You can be a youth entrepreneur as an artist. You can be a DJ. You can be a painter. You can be a clothing designer. You can do anything.
Oh my gosh, I think it was imperative. I think it was imperative to my well-being and to my safety. I think in Albuquerque it's so easy to find ways to get in trouble. But Warehouse provides this safe, sober environment for people to just come and be themselves, their true selves. And right now we're not doing as many events because we have some construction going on. But at the old Warehouse, it was so important because there's the skate park, there's the roller rink, there's the mall, and there's the movies. Other than that, there's not a lot of places for young people to go and experience art and music away from adults and away from drinking. Even all ages shows, you're still in space with other, older people, and alcohol is still in the premise, even if it's separated, it's still there. So Warehouse being a safe and sober event space that's focused mostly on youth is imperative because it's just another space for people to go and be away from trouble.
I think entrepreneurship within itself is an art form. And I think for me, where my passion really comes in is giving kids an opportunity to do what they love, but at the same time make money doing it, and teaching kids the value of what they do and their worth, and making sure that kids know how not to be taken advantage of.
Yeah. If we're talking about testimonials, I mean, you can pick out a kid and they're going to come and talk about what this space means to them. a lot of our kids are alternative. Maybe they're homeschooled, maybe they're unschooled, maybe they're charter schooled, and those schools don't have the same after school possibilities as other schools that have football or chess or any of those things. So it really offers them a space to come, be social with other people their age, and then also express themselves fully. We believe in kids here being completely who they are. And we're not here to manage or judge them for who they are. We're not here to treat them as children, but as peers. And for a young person, that can do a lot for their self-esteem and also for their mental well-being. We've definitely had students here who maybe were having a really rough time with their mental wellness and have said that coming here and just being around other peers and adults who treat them as respected humans has really changed their mental wellness from a negative to a positive. So a lot of students have gone from really deep, dark spaces and have used the arts to kind of elevate themselves and get their mental wellness back on track.
Nice. What I would love to see is programs inspiring kids, giving kids opportunities to be creative. I mean, beyond just offering a safe space.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. The bar is low. Most of these programs are just really like, hey, we're just offering a safe space. What happened to, let's change some lives, man? Yeah. What happened to that? No, it's the bar is so low that people are just like, you know, we're keeping them off the streets. That's not doing anything, man. Yeah, it might lower the crime rate a little bit, but at the end of the day, what is it that you really want?
We do change our classes sometimes based on what the youth want. So we're very youth-led, where if a student comes up with an idea and they're like, hey, I think this would be a really cool class, we're going to do what we can do in our power to make that class happen. So right now, because of that, we have a podcast class, a beats production class, a sewing class, mural arts, I'm missing a couple, DJ, yeah. Metal, and then every Thursday we host a open practice for breakdancers and open styles hip hop dancers. So currently we're open from Monday to Thursday for classes. Our office hours are 12 to 4, so students are able to come in at that time if they want to come and just use the space. But then our classes go from 4 to 8 p.m. And our schedule is Monday, Wednesdays, and Tuesday, Thursdays for our classes. And then we save Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays for events. Yeah, all of our instructors are phenomenal, and again, they're people doing the thing. And so that also shows these young people that arts can be a career if you'd like it to be. Yeah. Is it hard? Most definitely. Yeah. But is it worth it? Totally. And all of the instructors are modeling that to these young people, that you can do this and you can be an artist.
All right. Well, welcome back. I can't stress enough how much I really appreciate Warehouse 505 and the programming that they offer there for kids. In addition to Jennifer, I was just talking about the public access station. I started here many years ago teaching kids media arts education through the public access station and through the old Warehouse 508 before. So I just really wanted to plug their programming and share with people all the good work they do. I know that they were struggling with some of their funding, but I think because of their enterprising attitude there, they've overcome some of those hurdles. So if you are looking for things for kids to do this summer, even adults, they offer some adult classes. I may go there and brush up on my DJing techniques in a while. A friend of mine teaches DJing there. But yeah, if you want to or have some youth looking for something to do, investigate Warehouse 505. Now let's move on. Because we're talking about engagement with young people. Today's young people it's gotten more complicated with social media. New Mexico is one of the states that has actually taken Meta and social media to court to try to figure out a way to sort of, remove some of those negative aspects and how they're affecting people's lives. juvenile crime seems to be driven by likes these days. So how do we communicate with them? Engagement must break through the distractions. And one of those opportunities is through APD's programs for youth. I'll get the PowerPoint queued up here, but how did you get involved with engaging with youth?
So several years ago, there was an opening to work with the youth, and I was selected for the position, and it's been wonderful. I think it's so incredibly important. We need to do more for our youth, and we definitely want to make sure that they know that officers are here for them and we're not to be afraid of. So we try really hard to develop programming to work with the youth and encourage them to not only be successful as they mature into young adults, but to feel comfortable working in different aspects or with different aspects of law enforcement, not just officers.
Right. Well, yeah, and I had mentioned before I did a lot of engagement with youth where I was using some of the role play work that I have to get an opportunity just for kids to sort of better understand, what's happening during some of these experiences, that lower stakes and walking through car stops or getting confronted at the mall, things like that. So I got your slideshow there set up, so I think we can start from the beginning.
Okay, so I just want to go over kind of what the programs that APD offers regarding our youth. And the first one is, well, I'm going to start with our summer camps because that's what's coming up.
Right.
So thank you for getting us on before May 1st. And the reason I say that is because registration opens May 1st at 8 o'clock in the morning. So our first one is Camp Fearless. And Camp Fearless, there is a QR code. Hopefully you can see it in the bottom of the screen, but if you go there, that will give you the registration link. If you can't find it, you can go to the City of Albuquerque Police and the summer programs, and you can register that way, but they do fill up really quickly. So Camp Fearless is for kids age 8 to 13. A lot of this is just really fun activities they do. We collaborate with the Army National Guard of New Mexico. We collaborate with DEA, we collaborate with AFR, and we just get to interact with the kids. We focus on various things, building productive relationships, positive relationships, mainly with us and the youth, but also the youth learning to work with each other. What we have found is that a lot of times there may be a kid that's struggling in the groups, and we do separate them into groups. You know, there's teams for team building.
Of course.
And by the end, it's pretty great because you'll see some of the kids helping the younger ones that maybe are having some difficulty with some of the stuff. And that's really what we want to encourage. We put them through PT.
I was going to say, I'm sure there are a lot of push-ups and running involved, right?
Yes, lots of PT. Part of that's to wear them out for us, but no, we also want to teach them that they can push themselves. You know, a lot of kids, maybe they haven't been exposed to this, especially some of the younger ones. But you know, okay, you can't do a push-up by the end of the week. Hopefully you can do 3 or 4, and we'll get out there and we'll do them with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's definitely one of those things that even when I talk about the warehouse, sort of, it's exposing kids to those things that they may not be aware that they're capable of.
Right.
And nothing is more rewarding than seeing the lights come on in a kid's eyes, realizing they accomplished something they never thought they could.
Yes, absolutely. And then again, we'll take them swimming. They go to the AFR Academy and they get to do their little obstacle course. The Guard has a day where they do some of the team building stuff with them.
Right, obstacle courses, that sort of stuff, yeah.
Yes, because that teaches you multiple things, right? It teaches you not just the physical endurance, but the teamwork.
Yeah, and looking out for others in those activities is, I mean, it's pretty exhilarating, you know, getting your old team through an obstacle course together, and I imagine that they get dirty and have lots of fun.
They do, they do. But no, all the city departments help us out. We'll take them to the zoo. This year we're going to Explora, so they'll get a little bit of STEM activity. And, you know, we don't know, we're having 5 different camps all throughout the town, so we physically transport them to these places. It is free of charge. All of the snacks are donated by community entities. The lunches are provided either by APS. We try to have one special day where a local business sponsors a lunch, so they get
nice.
something special, but all of this is free of charge to all of the kids. They just have to register. So if you know anybody that is interested and they have kids age 8 to 13, and we will not allow kids younger or older, just a heads up, because we want to make sure that they're age appropriate for the conversations that will be had. Please, please, please go ahead and scan the QR code and keep it so you can register on May 1st.
Well, so you actually do it 5 times. I thought it was just one big event. You do it at the
No.
5 different schools.
We do it 5 different locations.
Right.
It is, and I probably should have said this, it's Monday through Thursday. So we'll have an actual graduation on Thursday. They are long days,
Yeah.
but we try to scatter them out throughout the city. That way, if somebody lives maybe in the far southwest,
Yeah.
they don't have to drive very far to drop their grandkid off
Yeah.
to attend the camp.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware. Yeah, one of the officers that I work with at the university area command, Howard Perry, mentioned that he likes to do the Camp Fearless. So
Yes, he helped us out last year. He was great, and we
Yeah.
had a lot of fun.
yeah, okay.
All right, so our next one, and this is only 1 week during the summer, but we have our Junior Police Academy. That one also has a QR code. It's the top, I believe that's
Yeah.
right-hand corner. But that's for kids age 14 to 17. And again, we're very strict on the ages for the reason it's because of what this camp entails. This one is a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite, probably because of my background in the crime lab. But we partner with the DA's office, the Public Defender's office, District Court. If anybody's familiar with Judge Cindy Leo, she actually helps us put this all together. And since the kids are older, we want to focus on, you know, them working together as a team,
Right.
taking responsibility. We do PT them still every morning.
you got it, you got it.
Got to do that. That should be a lifestyle. But you know, keep them healthy, wear them out a little bit too. But what I really like about this is it is law enforcement and criminal justice centered. So it's not just law enforcement.
Right.
It's run kind of like a detective academy.
Okay.
So we do the PT like you would when you're going through the police academy. But then each day we have a specialized unit come teach them something. They process a scene, or they,
Like a
for
mock,
example, like
mock investigation.
a mock investigation, and that goes throughout the stages of the week. We also throw in some other things, like some discussion about narcotics,
Yeah.
things like that, safety. But at the end of the week, they get to go before Judge Leos, and with the help of the PD's office and the DA's office, they actually prosecute
They
the case that
present
they
their case.
investigated throughout the week. Everybody who attends gets to play a role. So they can either be on the jury, they can be the public defender, they can be the offender. So they have to pay attention, they take notes, they write reports, they write a search warrant. They do everything that you would do in a case. And it's really to pique their interest. And again, of course, I want everybody to join the police department and become officers, but we also want them to see that if you don't have the personality or you don't want to be a police officer, you can be an attorney.
Right.
And not just the DA's office, you know, the defense needs representation also. So we encourage them to do that. You can advance to become a judge. You can be a crime scene investigator. You can become a scientist who processes our evidence to
Right.
present in court. So we try to give them all the different aspects of the criminal justice system as far as it's related to a case.
Yeah, because again, the court system is something we mention a lot in how it sort of engages with the aspects of law enforcement, and it's the part that I feel people miss out the most on or really understand. I often point out, you know, Officer Halsey's gone, but you know, an officer has to learn this thick book of the state laws and all that. So understanding the court aspect is a good thing to add to it.
Well, and we all work together. I think there's sometimes a misconception that we don't work together with other entities in the criminal justice
Yeah.
system when we do, and we have to.
Especially on those high-profile cases, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun too.
Yeah, so again, ages 14 to 17, but we're always looking for people to come. This one, again, it's free of charge. We do give them snacks. We provide them the lunches. They are APS lunches. This one will be at our APD Academy. And I don't think I have the weeks on there, but it is, I want to say, the second or third week in July. But again, scan the QR code, please save it, and you can go and register online. May 1st, it opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. Spaces are limited for all of our camps, so the sooner you sign up, the better.
Yeah, it does say July 13th through 17th.
Thank you.
There
Don't have my glasses, can't see that far.
Well, ironically, I have my contacts in, so you're lucky I was able to see it there.
Great. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the programs we have in our schools. The first one is called Imprint, and I'm going to give you a little bit of history because this came about in a really cool way. We had a school resource officer who took a call with a child at one of our local schools. It was a first grade class, and when he got there, he noticed all the kids were whispering, some of them were afraid. He felt that they weren't engaging with him. He was saying hello. He's very out-friendly going officer.
Yeah.
Very friendly, outgoing officer. And when he talked to the first grade teacher, he realized that the students weren't comfortable with his presence. So he worked with that teacher and said, you know, do you mind if every so often I come visit the students? I can do different activities with them. I just want to engage with them so they know that officers aren't bad people.
Right.
So he did that for several years with this teacher. This teacher has since moved on and is the principal of the elementary school I went to now.
Oh, nice.
But when we learned all the great things he was doing, we said, why don't we take this department wide and why don't we expand out of just this one school?
Yeah.
Plus, with the principal moving to a school in the Southwest Area Command, he wanted that in his school. So we have expanded this program, and it is specifically for first grade students. It's very simple. It's very basic. We talk a little bit about what officers do, what officers don't do. We read a book to them, police in our schools. They go multiple times throughout the year, and it's the same officer. So the officer—
They get familiar.
Yes, adopts them. What we have found is that the officer will sometimes then maybe go and hang out at lunch.
Yeah.
If the officers stay in that school for year after year after year, they are still engaging with the kids who are now second graders that they taught the year before. Then they become third graders, so they're engaging with the first, second, and third graders, and it continues throughout their time at the school. The kids are no longer afraid. Some of them will come up and report things or share information, and that's kind of what we want, is just our youth to know at an early age that they should feel comfortable. If they get lost, if they need something, go to an officer, that we're not to be feared. So it's a pretty basic program. We keep it to about 20 minutes because that's about, you know,
attention
the
span
attention
of a first
span. or me. But no, we keep it short for that reason, and we found it to be very successful.
Yeah.
Because of this, I'm going to ask you to move on to our middle school program. We were so successful in our first grade classes that we developed one for middle schools.
Yeah.
And we call it Impact. The reason we named it Impact is because we wanted the youth to understand that they can make an impact on the world, and we wanted to make an impact on them.
Yeah.
So we deal with a little bit more advanced skills. Peer pressure.
Yeah.
Huge in the middle school ages.
Yeah.
So we talk about how to deal with peer pressure, how to make good choices, rumors and gossip, and cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Also goal setting. Because at that age, you're trying to figure out who you are. There is a lot of peer pressure. You don't always know where you fit in.
I mean, nothing's more awkward than middle school. I'm not going to share any photos of me from middle school, but I think I burnt them all because they were. But I mean, it is an impressionable time. It's an awkward time, and you know, even going back to what you were saying about the simplicity of it, most people just associate police and officers with these, crisis situations or these intense moments in life. So it's nice to have these opportunities where there's no pressure, no stress, and they can just sort of engage as people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it would be like to be 13 years old and growing up with social media right now.
Oh my God.
So it's an opportunity for us to discuss that and also let them know, which we talk more about in high school, but the impact of what you do, because it lives in social media forever. It lives on the internet forever now. And how that can impact you, because we talk about the goal setting.
Yes.
You want to do this when you're older. What you do now potentially could affect that.
Yeah, well, and I've pointed out, I'm pretty sure the statutes of limitation have, there's no physical evidence of any of the crimes I committed as a youth. So I definitely feel that that's an aspect. Like I was saying, a lot of some of the negative violence and things seem to be driven by social media and documenting and filming, assaults on individuals and other things for the sake of, internet-like. So I definitely feel it's something we have to attack early on and in a way that's, not judgmental. I feel that's a good aspect of this.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So because that was successful, we started a high school program.
Of course, of course.
And this one we're just piloting. It is our first year actually putting it into a lesson plan. Obviously, my officers have been wonderful. They've been in schools for years. But we developed a lesson plan, and we're calling that Inspire, because this is the point that we're trying to inspire them to become healthy contributors of society.
Yes.
And good young adults.
Yeah. Well, because I've always said, even with public safety is everybody's responsibility. We want to put it onto the officers or the court and all this other stuff, but as many people on this call, Mike is a good example. If you're involved and active in the community, you're making it safer for everybody. So I really, feel that's one of the missing links with high school students, not seeing public safety as a career opportunity. And I definitely feel your programs can hopefully inspire them to see that.
Absolutely. And one of the things, you can see the picture up here with Officer Higgins. This is one of his students that he's been working with, and she wants to join law enforcement. So we're super excited about that. Yeah. I don't know if she's always wanted to do it, but I think having the opportunity to engage with an officer definitely doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But this program, obviously, it's going to be similar to some of the things that you deal with in middle school, but more advanced, more age appropriate. Right. A lot of the conversations are geared towards the concerns and the questions the students ask. So we want them to learn how to be successful in the future.
Yeah.
And there's not just one answer to that, right? But it's to engage in those conversations. What steps do I need to take now to be successful when I am a young adult? The social media, again, and the bullying, huge. We're always going to talk about that when we can, and help our youth understand that it's okay to stand out. It's okay not to engage in that and not give in to the peer pressure. And then what to do, because I know that we have some of the behavioral health components do presentations in some of the echoes, but that's a really huge thing for youth when they may feel, because they're being bullied through social media, through the internet, that they don't have hope. And we want them to understand that this is a little piece, and it doesn't really control or it shouldn't control who you are in the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When you're in middle school and in high school, those things can seem like all-encompassing.
Yes.
And even, my experience talking to officers like Officer Halsey and Perry, when you actually meet and discuss, you realize, oh yeah, you weren't a good kid when you were younger, or they had obstacles to overcome, or things that they had to change about themselves before they were able to even pursue that career. And oftentimes when you're a kid, you don't think or see that way. So I love the idea that these engagement opportunities expose them to that.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and You know, some people just don't want to talk about their parents with this. Some people don't want to talk with their teacher. They don't want to be judged. So here you have an officer, which I would think would be incredibly intimidating, but you get to know them as people. They joke with you, they laugh, they ask you about things. And so maybe some of these kids can go off to the side and talk to the officer about some of these things, because our officers work really closely with APS.
Yeah.
But yeah, around this time, kids are possibly learning to drive. So we want to teach them traffic safety, traffic laws.
That's a big one. That's a big one. I mean, I even mentioned the positive policing that I had done before. That was one of the things that I sort of felt was an easy one to create a conversation around for youth as they expose with driving. Like, what should you do? What's safe? What's not safe? What are some of the ways that you might handle that situation just to ensure that everyone's comfortable and the outcomes are good? So it's definitely one of those things, if you save it until you're getting pulled over on the side of the road, it could be very, shocking and uncomfortable. But if you've had that experience, talk to officers, then you can demystify it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then always other laws that kids may need to know or be more prevalent in their world. Substance use, partying, things like that.
Yeah.
And I know we have a problem with fentanyl.
Yeah.
So we want to have open conversations with them.
Yeah, and again, as you said, with sort of doing this over the stages of, elementary, middle school, again, as you get to high school, the stakes are higher when you encounter these substances or gun violence or these things. And a lot of times kids don't feel comfortable opening up or sharing that information, and that's when something terrible happens. So I really appreciate sort of the steps that this lays out so that, hopefully a student, by the time something like that happens, they feel comfortable sharing that information and going to law enforcement when it's needed.
Absolutely. And gun violence, you mentioned, is a problem with our youth.
Yeah.
So see something, say something.
Indeed.
And even if you don't want anyone to know it was you, you go tell somebody. We talk about all of these things.
Yes.
Which I think is incredibly important. Hopefully, if we start in the first grade, by the time they're out of high school, we've had a little contact with them throughout their schooling years, their educational period, and maybe made a small impact in their life. But that is all for our high school or our school programs. We do have a few other things I wanted to mention, if that's okay.
Of course, yeah. I see the Lowrider Bike Club. That's what I want to check out.
Well, this is not our program. We just participate in it. Yeah. But that's led by Rob Vanderslice. He is the who's who in the community of lowriders.
Creator and paint jobs and chrome and all that stuff.
Absolutely. He and his team and his community are amazing. So they all volunteer their time, their supplies, their equipment to work with these kids. They have two groups that meet throughout the school year. It's an after-school program on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. City Council's involved. The Esperanza Bike Shop is involved and helps out family and community safety. And then we have local law enforcement officers that go and work with the kids. And it's really cool. I don't know if you ever get an opportunity to go see what they build. It is incredible. It's amazing. They help them learn how to design the bike, how to paint it. I mean, it's truly a great opportunity for an artistic output.
Yeah. And that's what I was pointing out about Warehouse 505 too. It's like, I'm just someone who feels the arts is sort of a nice way to sort of, let a child sort of come out of their shell slowly. And, I imagine the opportunity is to create one of these bikes that ends up being a work of art when they're done. Just gives you a lot of pride that you wouldn't get in other ways, and that's definitely something I feel these programs offer that you can't substitute that.
You can't. You're right, and not all kids want to play sports.
Right.
You know, so I truly believe that if you give them something to do after school, if they can,
Yeah.
you know, it keeps them occupied. It keeps them from getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And this is just a great opportunity for somebody that doesn't want to play sports or maybe isn't musically inclined
Yeah.
to get some of their creative and New Mexico culture
Yeah, yeah. Well,
out.
and those, like I said, the bikes that I've seen are really impressive and just, you know, exciting thing to be involved with. I definitely like that program a lot.
Well, we are more than happy to be involved in that. We do have our Career Enrichment Center program, and students actually earn school credits for this. So I don't know if you can see it on how to register, but JD Mays, who is our wellness coordinator at our APD Academy, runs this. It's basically like a mini police service aid academy. And it does prepare somebody, if they're interested in becoming a police service aide, to be advanced when they start the PSA
Right.
Academy. Usually, I mean, you can take it at any age or any grade,
Yeah.
but usually it's juniors and seniors that
Yeah.
take it. They learn our 10 code.
Right.
They learn contact cover. They learn about the 10 deadly errors. Again, traffic stops,
yeah.
because they are going to be, as police service aides, assisting with traffic stops.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to PT them because that's what we like to do.
Run.
Run. We teach them about our body armor. So really learning just about the equipment, and it's a mini police service aid academy for anyone interested, but they do get high school credit for it.
Right, because again, with the ages, this is something you could do in high school before you turn 18, because you would have to be 18 to become a police service aide, and then
Yes.
if you're a police service aide, it wouldn't be till 21 that you could apply for the academy. Is that how that works?
So you can apply for the academy at age 20.
Okay, that's
You just have to be 21 at the time of graduation.
Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
it sort of slowly gives someone that introduction to those skill sets.
Right.
And I mean, again, at the substation, I see a lot of the PSAs, and they get exposure to so much of the job that when they actually do get the opportunity to go out on the street and be an officer, they're already sort of skilled in some of these things.
Exactly. It's just one step up for somebody that knows that's what they want to do.
Although I don't see writing reports in here anywhere. Is that
They do write
okay,
reports.
okay,
They learn
okay.
report writing. They get to drive vehicles.
Oh, okay, yeah. So some of the humdrum stuff in addition to the PT there.
Actually, I think the vehicles may be after.
Okay.
But yeah, they do write reports. So we have our specialty units go talk to them and teach the classes.
Oh, nice. Well, cool. That was everything there? Yeah.
That is most of it. We do partner with a lot of our local entities for these things. You know, we've started working with UNM on some of the stuff they do, and we take them into some of the classes and let them talk about like helmet safety. They may have funding to pass out free helmets, and how hitting your head, the trauma it causes on brain, because they're focused on prevention as far as the health component. So we have a lot of our partners that we work with. Those are our main programs.
Well, I mean, that's a lot. I like that it's evolved too. I mean, again, I'm always sort of, growing up here, I was just sort of shocked or surprised by how few kids leave high school with the idea of serving the community as a police officer. And again, to me, if you sort of love Albuquerque and what we offer, to me it's a natural progression that at least some of them should consider. So I feel these programs give them that exposure, help them understand it in a new way, so that hopefully they consider it.
Absolutely. And again, just the first time you interact with a police officer shouldn't be when you're getting pulled over.
Right. Well, I wanted to open it up to any questions. I see Casey added also some information about Off Center offers free open studio for kids on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. to 2, and she left some information there. Yeah, I mean, we have lots of community resources when it comes to art opportunities for youth, and like I said, well, as you were pointing out, not all kids are inclined to sports or music, some of these other activities you have to be naturally talented to do, but exposure to the arts, exposure to some of these physical obstacles that you might overcome, I definitely feel offers a reward to the kids, and definitely with this hot summer coming up, I'm hoping that they'll engage in some of these activities. Again, any questions? Anyone want to shout them out or drop anything in the chat? No questions? All right. Well, we got to thank you, but apparently no questions about the programming. Again, you had said through the city website, people can go to the city website and click on APD and some of the youth programs, or the youth programs will be offered there or shown there?
Yes. And if you, I think, if you search summer programs, in the search bar, I think all the summer activities, because it's not just APD that's offering them through the city. All the city departments, or a lot of the city departments, have activities throughout the summer. Okay. So they should all be listed there.
Mike has raised his hand. Go ahead, Mike. What was your question?
I was just wanting to get her contact info. I have some ideas I might want to share offline.
Well, again, you can always contact me, and I can share that information with you. I'm happy to share it with you too, Mike, and we'll follow up with the lieutenant later. But I definitely feel that these programs need, they always need community support, and we need to funnel people into these programs. I was looking for anything else. It looks like Casey dropped in the link there to some of the city's summer programs for youth. Yeah?
Thank you.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a long, hot summer, so let's definitely find some ways to engage with each other. I know even like we have the new Phil Chacon Park over there. There's going to be some activities and stuff with ACS and District 6 there, so I'm hoping we have a lot of fun stuff for youth to do this summer, to engage one way or another and stay out of trouble. Unless there's any other questions for the lieutenant or comments about keeping youth busy in Albuquerque, I just want to let everyone know our next session for the Downtown Echo will be, I believe it's May 9th. Where did I lose my paper? Oh, and I will have the Crimes Against Children unit talking about the work that they do, also protecting children and trying to help them out of some tough situations. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Lieutenant, for dropping in and sharing all these cool programs. And I will see everybody next month. May the 4th be with you. I don't know if anyone, live long, prosper, all that stuff. Well, thank you very much for joining the Echo. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for joining us. We welcome your suggestions regarding any scenario involving future public safety Echo sessions. For more information, visit www.cabq.gov/echo.